With all the video games that have come out over the past decades, they all share one thing in common. The games are always owned and operated by one central company. And while in the beginning this may have been good for the development of video games, however, in the past decade or so, we've seen a lot of these video game companies rake in some serious amount of money from all the in-game purchases. And yeah, while that's great for the companies, it doesn't actually help the actual players that are playing the game. And this includes a lot of huge games such as Fortnite. The thing is with these games is that when you make these in-game purchases, the player never actually owns the assets or the items that they're paying for. The items are always owned by the company itself, and it's essentially like they're just renting it out to the players. But now the crazy thing is that we're starting to see the dynamic of this change. With the advancement of blockchain and cryptocurrency and NFTs as well, these new games are being able to be solely owned by the players themselves. And one of the biggest projects that is kind of pushing this whole scene is Illuvium. And in this video, we are going to take a deep dive into Illuvium and how they are revolutionizing gaming. But before we start, Alfacash is a great platform where you can buy, sell, and exchange all cryptocurrencies, digital assets, and other blockchain tokens. So be sure to hit the link in the description below and start trading today. And also be sure to check out the Alfacash Store where you can trade some of the top cryptocurrencies directly for the euro. And also Alfacoins, which is the best way to start accepting payments of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, both for personal use and business use as well. And I've provided links to all of these in the description below. Now, let's get into it. So to start off, let's talk a bit about what Illuvium is. So Illuvium is an open world fantasy battle game built on the Ethereum blockchain. And it is often talked about as the first AAA game on Ethereum. Now, Illuvium is setting out to not only appeal to the active gamers, but also the DeFi hardcore fans because it's providing a lot of different collecting and trading features. Now, the world of Illuvium is inhabited by creatures known as Illuvials, and in the game you can capture these Illuvials and also battle them against other players as well. And then throughout the game, you can continue to build up your collection and battle other players, and it takes you along the journey throughout their world. In a way, this is similar to a game like Pokemon, but there are so many more opportunities available. Now, the game is a fusion between the open world exploration game and also a PvP battle game. And like I said, the players can either spend their time exploring the world or also just building up their team and powerful beasts. Now, Illuvium has been in development since around 2020, and it was started by Kieran Warwick and his brother Aaron. And as of now, there are over 40 individuals that are on this team building up this project. Now, as for playing Illuvium, you can download the desktop app. And with this, you'll be able to experience a lot of other DeFi aspects, and this includes the yield farm and decentralized exchange. Now, as for the Ilv Token, which is the main currency of Illuvium, one of the greatest parts about this is because this project is a DAO, this means that all the holders of the token will be able to receive parts of the shares of the revenue from it every month. And this means that by just holding the token, it will increase in value as the game continues to grow and expand. And as for the Illuvials, obviously these Illuvials will be released and bought as NFTs. And all these Illuvials really range in characteristics, which it kind of determines the amount of rarity, utility, and desirability of each of these characters. And obviously these NFTs can be traded on external exchange platforms. So this is what kind of brings in that play to earn aspect. And one thing that I think is really cool is that you can actually merge some of these NFTs to make them even more powerful. And some of these NFTs come in even more rare aspects, so you could find some even holographic NFTs, which obviously makes them more scarce. Now, as we look at some of the other competitors, obviously there are a lot of games in this kind of DeFi play to earn space, and one of the main ones would be Axie Infinity. Now, while Illuvium and Axie Infinity both feature collectible in-game characters that can be battled, traded, and upgraded, the scope of the world between the two are very different. For instance, on the one side, Illuvium is a 3D role-playing game. Obviously, the graphics are very, very good. And on the other side, Axie Infinity is more of a kind of quirky 2D aspect. Obviously, right now, Axie Infinity is more popular, but I think that we could start to see a shift as this other project continues to build out. And while these games have a lot of kind of overlapping features, Illuvium is focused much more on the traditional gamers. That way, people who don't really have any experience in cryptocurrencies or NFTs can easily play the game. While Axie Infinity, on the other hand, appeals much more to the crypto-savvy type. Now, as for the price of the Ilv token, looking at coin market cap, at the time of this recording, Illuvium is sitting at a total market cap of around $700 million, and it has a total supply of around 600,000 tokens, so this is giving them a price of about $1,147 per token. And this is making Illuvium the number 228 coin in the entire crypto space. And even though this has a pretty big market cap with over $700 million, it's still ranked pretty low, considering it's still in the 200 range. And that just kind of shows you how big this crypto space really has gotten. Now, overall, it is really easy to see that the old traditional way of gaming is going to definitely be revolutionized as a lot of these blockchain games start to gain some traction. And honestly, I'm just really bullish on a lot of these games, and especially Illuvium, because I could see the true value that it's going to provide these players once these games are fully adopted. But you can go ahead and let me know in the comments what you see for the future of Illuvium. Now, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And to keep up even more with the crypto space, you can check out our blog at blog.alpha.cash. See you next time.